Hello, I'm Nina.
Hello, I'm Roxanne.
Hi, I'm Claire on the camera.
And we're going to show you how to make a wind turbine to produce energy without emitting too much carbon dioxide.
In this project, we're trying to figure out what's the best amount of blades to use on a wind turbine. For this project, we need a fan to represent the wind,
A retort stand to hold the
generator,
and
a cork to put on the generator to hold the blades of the wind turbine,
some blue tack to attach it all,
a ruler to measure out the distance between the retort stand and the fan,
some paper clips to attach the blue tack to the wind turbine, scissors
to cut the container with and make the blades.
And then, of course, we have these, a Vernier Go Link, to connect with a logger light on which we're going to collect all the information we need.
And the energy the wind turbine makes. For this project, we need to make the blades, and now we're going to show you how to. You have to have the paper clip and fold it open like this. Then you cut this into a few little strips. This. Now you have this strip and a paper clip. And now you get some blue tack, attach it to the paper clip at the bottom, and then attach it onto the blade.
Make sure that the paper clip is not sticking out on the bottom. Okay.
Now you have a blade. You do this a few more times to create some more blades.
So after that, you take the generator and you take the cork and you stick it on so that it can spin.
When you have this, you put it onto the retort stand.
Okay, and then you take a blade and you find a hole that you have to make with the paper clip and you stick it in. To make it extra secure, you can use some blue tack to stick on.
We start with 2 in our project, so you put a second one in and do the same with it, put some blue tack on to reassure it.
And
Next,
then you have your thing.
And you need to also make sure the retort stand and the fan are the same distance away. So we'll do it 15 centimeters, and the height will be about 24. There.
Okay. So first we start by tilting these blades a little so they catch more wind.
And then we can really start to collect the data. But first we need to put these 2 onto the generator. There. Now we can start the fan and make sure they are turning. And otherwise, tilt them a little more. And now it's stable, so.
And now we can press collect. As you see here, the line, and this is the average of volts. Now it's steady, and we can look over here to see the average of volts. But we already had our experiment, our previous one, and here's the
We
data.
had 0.049 volts of energy made by 2 blades. And next
we will do 3 blades and 4 blades, all the way up to 7, to see which produces the most. As you can see, we have already done our experiment up to 7. Now we will show you the results of our experiment.
For 3 blades, we had 0.075 volts made.
For 4 blades, we had 0.121 blade of volts.
For 5 blades, we had 0.065.
For 6 blades, we had 0.070.
And for 7 blades, we had 0.060.
As you can see, if there are more blades, that does not mean that there is more energy produced. Now we will name the variables in our experiment, and they are independent, standardized, and dependent.
The independent variable is the amount of blades we put onto the wind turbine.
The standardized variables are the fan speed, the distance between this, and the height, of course. There are also materials, which we keep the same throughout the experiment.
The dependent variable is the energy and the volts that the wind turbine made by turning.
Those were our variables. So this is how the experiment works in real life.
The air blows around the blades, making them spin.
The spinning blades turns the generator, which is that,
and the wind energy is converted into electricity.
The electricity goes through the wires to a shaft, to a transformer.
The transformer changes the electricity into a good voltage level for systems it is heading to. This is how we did our experiment. Our hypothesis was that the more blades there are, the more energy would be produced. But this wasn't correct, and this is why.
By making our own wind turbine and testing the voltage made by the wind turbine turning, we have discovered that 4 blades works best because they have the highest voltage average. The reason for this is that there are enough blades, if there are enough blades, not too little and not too many, so that the wind goes through the gaps between the blades, which makes it turn faster.
And you can see that this is also
seen in the real world.
They use 4 and 3 blades for the wind turbines
all over the world. In our experiment, we had a couple of errors.
These errors were like the blade sizes and shapes of them are probably not all the same.
The accurate distance and height of this, because we had to set up the experiment a couple of times.
And the tilting of the blades probably not all the same.
The accurate average of volts, because logger light gives you an idea of what the voltage level is, but not the accurate one.
Then the amount of blue tack we probably used a little more blue tack on some of them than on others, which would make the blades heavier.
The distance of the paper clips, because some of them are bent a little more than the rest.
And also the extra wind, might have gotten some extra wind because of the windows being open or just us breathing on it. Then we have a few ideas of how we could improve the experiment.
We could have searched for a more accurate average in logger light. We could have been more precise with the size of the blades.
And we could have found another method to replace the blue tack.
We could have also found something more stable to stay in a cork than paper clips, because these are kind of wobbly sometimes.
We could also be more sure with the distances at all times.
We could have also been more accurate by making sure all the equipment was right before we started the experiment.
Such as these wires. Thank you. We hoped you liked our experiment.